What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about the best budgeting app for busy people. Hey everyone! What's going on? Welcome back to the channel where we break down money matters in the simplest way possible. If you've been here for a while, you already know that creating a budget is one of the smartest steps you can take to improve your finances. Be honest, how often have you thought, I should make a budget, but I just don't have the time? That sounds like you? Today's video is exactly what you need. We're diving into the top budgeting app designed for people with busy schedules. Whether you're new to budgeting or just need a quick refresher, stick around. This video will make budgeting fast and easy. Alright, so before we dive into it, do me a huge favor and hit that like button. If you end up liking this video, it does help out the channel tremendously. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any future videos. Alright, so when it comes to making a budget, there are essentially 4 main steps to take. Step number 1 is to calculate your net income. That is simply your take-home pay after taxes and other deductions. You can find this number on your most recent paycheck stub or by checking your bank account if you're paid directly. On average, Americans have a monthly net income of about $3,791 per month. However, this varies greatly depending on factors such as location, industry, and experience. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median weekly earnings for full-time workers were $1,281 in March of 2023. Multiplying that number by 4 gives us about $5,124 per month. However, keep in mind that this includes all industries and occupations. Therefore, some jobs may pay more or less than others. For example, according to Glassdoor, software engineers in San Francisco earn an average of $161,000 per year, or roughly $13,417 per month. Now, once you figure out your monthly net income, it's time to move on to step number 2, which is calculating your total expenses. To do this, you want to start by separating your needs from your wants. Needs are things like housing, food, and clothing, while wants are things like entertainment, travel, and dining out. After identifying your needs and wants, you can then calculate the cost of each. For example, if you rent a 2-bedroom apartment for $2,000 per month, that would be considered a need. However, a new pair of Jordans for $200 would be considered a want. By adding up all of your monthly expenses, you can then determine your total expense amount. Now remember, be sure to include all of your fixed and variable expenses. Fixed expenses are things like rent, mortgage payments, and loan payments, which stay the same each month. Variable expenses, on the other hand, are things like groceries, gas, and entertainment, which can change from month to month. Once you've added up all of your fixed and variable expenses, you'll have your total monthly expenses. The average person spends about $3,888 per month, according to the Consumer Expenditure Survey conducted by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. However, keep in mind that this number will vary greatly depending on several factors, including where you live, how many people you're supporting, and your lifestyle. According to NerdWallet, the average spending by age group is as follows. Under 25 years old, the average American spends about $1,922 per month. Between 25 and 34 years old, the average monthly income is about $2,523. Between 35 and 44 years old, the monthly cost is about $2,951. So, as you can see, spending habits can vary greatly depending on age. Therefore, it's essential to consider your circumstances when creating a budget. Okay, so once you've calculated your monthly net income and total expenses, it's time to move on to step number 3, which is determining your savings and debt repayment goals. Savings goals can include things like saving for retirement, a down payment on a house, or an emergency fund. Debt repayment goals, on the other hand, can consist of paying off student loans, credit card debt, or personal loans. Having a plan in place for your savings and debt repayment goals can help you stay on track and motivated. When it comes to savings, most experts recommend having 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses saved in an emergency fund. Additionally, it's never too early to start saving for retirement. The average American has about $141,579 saved for retirement. However, this number will vary greatly depending on some factors, including age, income, and investment returns. According to Fidelity, a good rule of thumb is to save at least 15% of your income for retirement. When it comes to paying off debt, the best approach is to focus on the debt with the highest interest rate first. This is also known as the avalanche method. By focusing on the highest interest rate debt first, you'll pay off that debt faster and ultimately save on interest payments. Alright, now that you've determined your savings and debt repayment goals, it's time to move on to the final step in creating a budget, which is step no. 4, which is setting financial goals. Financial goals can be short-term or long-term, and they should be specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. A few examples of financial goals include paying off $1,000 of credit card debt in the next 6 months, saving $5,000 for a down payment on a house in the next year, or investing $100 per month in stock market. By setting financial goals, you give yourself something to work towards and you can track your progress over time. Achieving financial goals can also boost your confidence and sense of accomplishment, which can lead to further financial success. Alright, so now that you know the 4 steps to take when creating a budget, let's take a look at some of the best apps that can help you do it. First up is EveryDollar, a budgeting app created by personal finance expert Dave Ramsey. It uses a zero-based budgeting system, which means you assign every dollar of your income to a specific purpose. Ramsey advocates for this method because it encourages mindful and purposeful spending. One of the standout features of EveryDollar is its simplicity. It has a user-friendly design and an easy-to-navigate interface. It also connects to your bank account, eliminating the need for manual transaction entry. Beyond just budgeting, the app is quite robust, offering tools to monitor spending, manage debt, and even start investing. All in all, EveryDollar is an excellent choice for anyone looking to take control of their finances and stick to a clear budget. Next, we have Mint, a personal finance app that's been around since 1998. Mint offers a full suite of budgeting tools, from monitoring your expenses to helping you build a personalized budget. One of its biggest strengths is its ease of use. The interface is sleek, straightforward, and user-friendly. It also automatically sorts your transactions into categories, saving you the effort of doing it manually. Mint is also quite comprehensive, offering features to track spending, manage debt, create budgets, and even keep an eye on your credit score. Whether you're just starting out or looking to improve your financial habits, Mint can be a valuable tool in your money management toolkit. Now let's take a look at PocketGuard, a budgeting app launched in 2015. Unlike some other budgeting tools, PocketGuard is designed to help you monitor your spending and pinpoint opportunities to save. One of its standout features is its simplicity. The app is easy to navigate and has a clean, intuitive design. It also links directly to your bank accounts, so you don't need to enter transactions manually. Another highlight is its visual approach. PocketGuard uses graphs and charts to clearly display your spending habits, making it easier to spot areas where you can cut back. If you're looking for a straightforward way to gain control over your finances, PocketGuard is definitely worth considering. So there you have it, guys. Those are some of the best budgeting apps out there. Remember, a budget doesn't have to be complicated. With the right app, you can easily create a budget and stick to it. So what budgeting app do you use? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I post new videos every single week. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.